Hello hunters and happy new year. We woke up to some exciting news straight from the Monster Hunter team with a new short video of Ryozo Tsujimoto announcing that there will be a second open beta test. This is great news for all of us, but comes with some bad news as well. Today we're discussing all things open beta test. The new content includes the time frames, who can participate, and some notable expectations to set for yourself. So let's dive in. First off, let's get the good stuff out of the way. New beta test. If any of you like me had a pretty large Wilds-shaped hole in your heart after the beta last October, this is exciting. Capcom is doing right by the community by giving us just a little bit more, fueling the hype train for Wilds before it releases. This is important for a few reasons. First, it gives players who couldn't participate in October's beta a chance to experience Wilds for themselves. Second, it allows creators more time to get more footage, understand more of the mechanics, or at least time to sit and enjoy the game instead of recording the whole time. And third, an opportunity for us to try out our new machines who upgraded our PCs in anticipation of Wilds. The second open beta will include two separate date ranges, Thursday, February 6th to Sunday, February 9th, and Thursday, February 13th to Sunday, February 16th. In the director's interview with Jono and Joe, Tokuda had spoken on how the Monster Hunter team was considering doing a second beta test. Nice. The Monster Hunter community was vocal about wanting more Wilds, and Capcom listened. He did caution, however, that another beta test would not include the additional improvements, performance optimizations, or weapon balances that were discussed throughout the duration of that interview. This likely means that the beta we'll get to play will be the same 0.001.01.00 version from October, that or possibly a 0.0010101 to visually separate the time frame of this beta's availability from the first. On a technical level, however, the beta will still be the same, meaning we won't have notable updates like Glaive's aerial bounce or any of the other weapon changes that we're all excited about. This also means there won't be any of the optimizations reflected for any performance benchmarks. I had done a prior video detailing a lot of the technical and performance benchmarks in the Wilds beta test, and this video goes in depth across multiple PCs as to what sort of frame rates you can expect on varying hardware. It also identifies crippling performance issues with the game's VRAM handling and provides some answers as to just why so many YouTube videos cropped up about Wilds screaming the word optimization over and over again. Feel free to watch that video after this one. True to Tokuda's word, just about everything here is the same. You get the same participation charm, as well as an item pack of field resources to help you get started when the game releases. Additionally, your character creator design for your hunter and your palico will carry over to the full game, albeit any progress made in the open beta will not. Ryozo even went so far as to create his likeness in Wilds. This guy. I wonder if that's the hunter design he'll be using when he plays the game. But for us in the beta period, we'll be able to freely customize our hunter and palico as much as we like during the open beta test. These edits will cost vouchers when the game releases, so get in as much tinkering and customization as you can in the here and now. The one way the upcoming beta will differ from the prior one, though, is adding back in a fan favorite, GYPCEROS. Introduced in Monster Hunter Freedom 2, newer hunters will find some similarities to Tsitsiyaku and Puke Puke here. Another difference is the beta will not be providing early access to PS Plus subscribers. Both sets of dates will be available to Steam users, non-PS Plus subscribers, and Xbox players who are not subscribed to Game Pass Core or Ultimate. This means that all players will be able to participate on their platform of choice. And in addition to the beta announcement, IGN had a first look at the Oil Well Basin, showcasing 9 minutes of both Rompopolo and Ajarakan. This gives us a good idea as to what to expect in this location now that we've experienced the Windward Plains for ourselves and the Monster Hunter team covered the Scarlet Forest gameplay. Steering away from Monster Hunter for a moment and into the wider industry as a whole, CES was this week where JENSEN HUANG held a keynote speech. He spoke heavily on the innovations of AI and NVIDIA'S vision for the future. Blackwell is the code name for the current hardware they seek to make their mark in this industry and coincides with the launch of the RTX 5000 series graphics cards later this month. Although let's be real, we all know what we were thinking when they announced the new cards. This timing is actually somewhat fortuitous given that this comes right before the next beta. Those of us who plan to order NVIDIA graphics cards, build new PCs, or refresh old hardware should have their rigs ready for the new beta when it launches. Others of us who have already upgraded our PCs in anticipation of Wilds will still have new hardware to try against the upcoming beta. I had actually spent a good portion of my holiday working on some PC modifications myself, and as a testament to the power of the Monster Hunter community, much of this was inspired by the beta last October. You see, my wife retired from Twitch nearly 3 years ago, and live streaming was a huge part of how we first met. Playing the beta together, we recognized that her content creation rig was aging to the point that she couldn't create content from her sessions together. Big sad. While certainly much of this could be attributed to the lack of optimization in the beta, the vibrancy of the Monster Hunter community over the last year, players like you, have helped inspire her to return to Twitch with renewed excitement in anticipation of Wilds. You've probably seen her quite a few times already, including in a number of the Monster Hunter World B-rolls featured in my videos. You can find her at twitch.tv/LRPEARLBOOKS, and I'll have a link in the description below where Wilds will be a big part of the content she creates. I'm also a sucker for PC hardware and builds, so whether you upgraded, decided not to upgrade, or built an entirely new PC altogether, I'd love to have you share your specs. What's the machine you'll be playing Wilds on, and be sure to include what resolution you'll be playing at too. Again though, I do want to stress that the same hardware and optimization issues that we had back in October will apply to this beta as well. At the very least, you'll still have a point of comparison against the first beta to see just how much of an improvement your upgrades are affording you. And though we only got to see the optimized gameplay for PS5 in the interview with Tokuda, he expressed his aspirations to have the PC version of Wilds optimized so well that he and the Monster Hunter team can effectively lower the hardware requirements published on the Steam store page.
This is actually something that I've literally just confirmed with the team yesterday or the day before, so it's very hot off the press news, but we're looking at hopefully lowering the level of the minimum recommended graphics board specs to allow more players with that level of hardware to play the game.
In other words, even if your new hardware only provides a minimal uplift in this beta compared to the one in October, you should anticipate that you will see even more performance gains when the game releases.
The frame rate and other performance you can expect from the same equipment you might have used in the OBT will be improved for the full version of the game, so please wait a little longer to get a chance to experience that.
For PS5 hunters, there's also a confirmed Day 1 PS5 Pro patch to take advantage of the additional hardware. In addition to all of that, John Magalhauser of the Monster Hunter Discord also mentioned that we should anticipate yet another returning monster and another new Wilds trailer later this month. Capcom is really gearing up, fueling that hype engine in anticipation of Wilds' release. We've got a lot to look forward to until then, and I'm excited to cover the new trailer when it debuts. But I want to know, are you planning on getting a 50 series card for Wilds? If so, which one do you plan to buy? If not, what hardware will you be joining us on in Wilds? And furthermore, how many second fleeters are here and excited for Gypceros? Sound off in the comments below. And as of the making of this video, we've officially hit 2,000 subscribers. Some of you have been with me since before Partner when I was under 500 subs, so thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming alongside me in this journey. And if you like what you see and you're new here, please consider joining other hunters like yourself by hitting that subscribe button below. On screen is a playlist of all my other Monster Hunter Wilds videos to date. We're in the home stretch, so I hope they can tide you over in the meanwhile. And as always, may the Sapphire Star guide your way. I'll see you in the comments below.